What's going on, people? I am Asha, aka Kanjo, and if you're new to this channel, welcome. This will mainly be a reaction channel to wrestling, the world of wrestling. Today I am reacting to 10 fascinating WWE backstage facts about Roman Reigns. It should be a good one. He is the head of the table, so it's only right the first video should be to acknowledge the tribal chief. Alright, so that's the intro. We can get straight into it, and boom bam bim. There you go.
Roman Reigns is a Hall of Famer. There's no two ways about it now for me. The head of the table has become all time. Long may it continue. The dude rules. He is super popular as well, so we should all chatter about him, right? Agreed. So I am Simon from What Culture. Please do subscribe.
What's going on, Simon?
Fuzzy in my tum-tum. And this is 10 fascinating backstage facts about the tribal chief. Number 10, he had to apologize to the locker room. That can't have been fun. Happening in 2016 after Roman was suspended following a failed wellness test, I would assume this is when he really grabbed hold of that locker room leader role. Doing things like this goes a long way in wrestling. It was a shocking situation though, and tied into Reigns losing his WWE title at that year's Money in the Bank.
Oh, that's why he lost. Okay. I legit thought he just lost because Seth Rollins was coming back from an injury, and it made sense. That's the legit reason. I knew he failed a wellness policy, and then when he returned at Battleground, he looked a lot like thicker and stockier. But I didn't know he actually dropped the title because of him failing the wellness policy. Okay, all right. Learned something new. Let go.
30 days before he returned to Battleground, and to this day, we don't really know what he did. Speculate here because that's not cool, but owning your mistakes in life is important. Roman even tweeted out a sorry, so he publicly took his licks too. Without this, WWE may not have gone in heavy with the Seth Rollins-Dean Ambrose feud as they did. Hell, maybe they're now John Moxley.
I was disappointed with the triple threat they did have.
It was a crazy moment in time, though.
I thought they should have saved it for like WrestleMania or something.
And I still remember where I was when I heard the news. Somewhat embarrassingly, it was in the gym. That's right. I'm a parody. Number 9, The Undertaker thought he should break the streak. So this is the argument.
Facts. Roman Reigns should have broken the Undertaker's streak. The heat he had the night after that WrestleMania was crazy. Standing in the ring for 10 minutes in silence and the crowd booing you to oblivion. He should have beaten the streak. It's great that he did beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, but if he was the one in 21 and won, then it would have been great. But Brock Lesnar did get it, and it did transfer the energy that Brock Lesnar had over to Roman Reigns, because now they're pretty much level. But if Roman Reigns broke the streak, it would have benefited Roman Reigns more. I feel like Roman Reigns needed I think Roman Reigns needed to break the streak more than Brock Lesnar, because it would have benefited Roman way more. Brock, yeah, cool. All right, nice. But Roman Reigns would have, you know?
They will never die, and I do totally get it. It was a big deal. But at WrestleMania 30, Brock Lesnar ended The Undertaker's unbeaten run to genuine silence. Nobody could believe it. I, for one, support this decision because even though Brock was already a star, what he did following this was ridiculous. I mean, he is still riding those waves today. I'm not sure he has the same run without it. One man that would disagree is Mark Calloway himself, because he has said in many an interview that in hindsight, he would have given the nod to Roman Reigns. Like many of you, the dead man thought Lesnar would be fine anyways, whereas the big dog could have used it as a platform. But look, even when Roman became the second dude to beat the Phenom on the grandest
stage
the same. He was booed for 10 minutes straight on Raw.
See? Just told you.
And that without the Lesnar match, unreal. Ultimately, it doesn't actually matter because it all worked out in the end. The Beast is a legend of the game, as is Roman. They found their way. Number 8, Tamina handcrafted the lei he wore at the 2020 Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So this is hard for me. I have always been told that no one is meaner than Tamina, and here she is being the nicest person ever. Unless this was like made from...
Very underrated wrestler, to be honest, Tamina. I feel like she should get the spotlight a bit more, like, as she is part of this own dynasty, but yeah.
From demon feathers or something. I don't think it was. On this night, Roman did engage with Jey Uso in the massive cage as the head of the table character really came alive. Even more so after the fact. As soon as he was declared the winner, the Wild, Samoans, or the Elders appeared and almost coronated Reigns into his tribal chief position as they draped a lei around his neck. It's quite a cool moment. Soon after, we learned that it was Tamina, nobody is meaner, that was behind this, as was the white one that Jey wore. So really, she should have picked a side, but still, this just added so much lore to the match. This is all on the WWE Day Of documentary, which you should watch because it's great. I think we learned from this.
Don't think I've
the
seen
whole
it.
angle has been steeped in little trinkets like this. Just made it so damn good. Number 7, Braun Strowman says he helped craft the monster. Right, so, Braun Strowman is massive, this we know. As such, he was zoomed through NXT to the main roster, mostly because Vincent Kennedy McMahon can't help himself. It meant he had to learn on the job, which is never easy, but who was there with the assists? That's right, Roman Reigns. Another moment where I'm sure
Their
he stepped
feud
into
was
this leader
top tier,
role.
not gonna
Braun
lie.
told Sportskeeda that, during those tough days, Roman was always there to steer him in the right direction. That made sense too. They were feuding a lot. Do not forget either, this Strowman went from masked member of the Wyatts to a genuine Monday Night Raw treat. I'm sure Roman was part of that rise. It's probably why he got crushed in vehicles over and over too. He knew what was right, and you damn well love to see it. Number 6, there was heat following his 2013 feud with CM Punk, or so it is said. Now, during Punk's last 14 months or so, he worked with Roman a lot. Come January 2014, they had a singles match too. Joined at the hip for a good while. Apparently, whatever decisions were made did not go down great though, because as Reigns told the Load Management podcast in 2020, he has certain feelings towards Punk, in the sense that guy made his life far harder than it needed to be. Ever the company man, he also mentioned he would work with CM again if that's what the fans craved, but quite clearly this wasn't all peaches and cream.
How do you guys feel about CM Punk's run in AEW? I'm not a big fan of it, but he does draw money, he does draw a crowd, so I can see the business side of it, but I'm not really a CM Punk fan, to be honest with you, but that's just my opinion.
Not like this was an angle.
Let me know down
they
below.
weren't in the same company. I think Roman was mad. I doubt he'll speak on it further because there's no need, but number 5 was the same with Randy Orton. So this was much different because, at this stage, you'd assume the pair are both WWE lifers. We all know Orton has had his ups and downs too. Randy is the first to admit that. And for a while there, his style was getting a kicker from the wider audience. They thought he was just resting on his laurels. This did shift over into backstage gossip too, because as the word went, Roman felt like Orton kind of phoned it in during their feud, which didn't help Reigns at all. He certainly needed all the assistance he could get in 2014, and maybe this wasn't as forthcoming from the Viper. If anything, it made the big dog look a bit meh. It allegedly developed into some backstage heat, although drawing an appearance on the After the Bell podcast with Corey Graves, Roman actually said that Orton seemed less lethargic at WrestleMania 36. So there you go. Oddly, that was after the brawl with Edge, so who knows? But when you do some digging, it does feel like maybe, just maybe, there was a little bit of bad blood. Wrestling. Number 4, what really happened that night, he revealed his leukemia. Now let's not forget that the Shield were awesome. They've gone on to smash it, so the idea worked, and the bond they had was very real. Together forever vibes. If why in 2018, after Roman revealed he had to step away to deal with leukemia, which was horrible, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose kind of dropped their characters for the evening as they embraced Reigns on the entrance ramp. It's quite the moment. John Moxley actually gave us more info about this on the Talk Is Jericho podcast, as he felt ultimately it was used in the wrong way. But then Ambrose saw this as Vince McMahon.
I don't feel the heel turn for Dean Ambrose on the night of Roman Reigns announcing his leukemia was the best idea. I understood it, but I don't think it was the best idea to do it at that time. I think they should have waited a little bit before pulling the trigger on that heel turn, but that heel turn didn't really go to plan because Dean Ambrose left like not too long after, went to AEW. So yeah, I think they could have handled that a little bit better, but hey.
Trying to increase ratings because of it, which is why at the end of the episode, he smashed Rollins with the dirty deeds and turned heel.
Yeah.
I mean, the timing was kind of bizarre.
Yes.
The real kicker is what the lunatic fringe was asked to say, as he told Jericho he would not quote it live on air and would tell Chris afterwards. He did describe it as the worst line ever, which is also why he refused to stay on Raw. My gosh, I can't even imagine being in that position given this was his friend in a very real life or death situation.
Facts.
Wrestling really does forget what's important from time to time.
Facts.
Utter madness.
He's a real
His
one.
ring name was
Real
inspired
one.
by a forgotten NXT star. Wrestling names
I've heard about
can
this
have great
story.
backstories. Kevin Steen became Kevin Owens because
I heard about this though. I think it was Corey Graves that gave him the idea of the name Roman Reigns. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Corey Graves. We'll check it out.
he was a huge Owen Hart fan and even named his son after the King of Hearts, whereas Tyler Black became Seth Rollins because Henry Rollins is the lead singer of one of his favourite bands, Black Flag. It's likely where the black came from too. With Roman, we have to go back to Calvin Reigns, spelled R-A-I-N-E-S, and as he told us on Talk is Jericho, he did like Roman and actually just wanted to be that, Roman. When WWE said he needed two names, it was Corey Graves who had a suggestion. Because he thought Reigns would work, but obviously he has to spell it differently. And they mentioned that Calvin definitely played a part, because that's where it came from to begin with. So bam, there's the inspiration. You can also go back on YouTube now and watch Calvin Reigns, although you don't need me to tell you this. Was he as successful as the head of the table?
No.
No, he wasn't. Two, Vince McMahon hated his Fastlane 2017 boots. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? Vince McMahon does seem to be quite uppity about wrestling gear because he lost it with Seth Rollins too when he wore all white at SummerSlam. Everybody else loved it apart from Vince. Who knows? On the evening in question, though, Roman was facing Braun Strowman, and to try and stand out a bit, he got some new footwear, and he made the soles white. Now you know where this is going. For a while, it seemed like it didn't matter, but as Reigns explained to the Not Sam podcast, a few weeks afterwards, a certain important human didn't like this at all, and I wonder who that could be. It's important to note Roman never said McMahon's name, but come on now.
Who else
I
would it
just
be?
don't get it. Why, it's a good colour, it looks cool, and now nobody is allowed to wear it, even though it stands out and feels special. Thanks a lot, Vince. This one don't make any sense. Number one, he has issues with Enzo Amore. Apparently. Always gotta throw that.
I heard he kicked him off a bus. Don't know what Enzo did, but he kicked him off the bus, or kicked him out of the locker room. I'm not too sure. Kind of what they did to The Miz. But they kicked him out of the locker room for not handling himself, conducting himself in a professional manner. But yeah, I could be wrong, but we'll find out.
Word in there. Now, it's fair to say Enzo did wind a lot of people up behind the scenes in WWE, as these stories are everywhere. Feels like what you see is what you get, and when you're on the road and that sort of energy walks in, yeah, I can see it. If we go back to 2018, however, this is said to have gone out of hand because he annoyed Roman Reigns so much, the head of the table had him kicked off the tour bus. Sheesh. Amore called these nothing more than rumours when he appeared.
That jacket's cold though. That Thriller jacket is cold. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure about the leopard print, but the change the leopard print to something else. That jacket's cold.
On Corey Graves' podcast, but then later on Corey himself confirmed it, so who the hell knows? What the hell did he do? Graves did enlighten us a little bit, as it was said Enzo was loudly boasting he spent his time partying with music superstar The Weeknd, and actually there's more. Because referee Mike Yoda told JBL on his show that Amore was told to leave the locker room by Roman on a different occasion because Enzo was just doing stupid stuff. Kyoto went as far as to describe it as disrespecting the boys. So man, we need more, and yet we're never gonna get it. If I were to guess though, I think it may very well be true. Know of any other fascinating backstage facts about Roman Reigns? Make sure you let us know in the comments below before you like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Then please do click the video.
Alright, cool. Alright, well, there was some fascinating facts in there, not gonna lie. Some that I wasn't too sure about, some that I didn't even know. Make sure you give What Culture a follow. Simon Miller's a great presenter. Not gonna lie, he does his thing on What Culture. But yeah, I'll be back soon. I'll be back with another video. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And yeah, let's make sure this journey is a smooth one into the wrestling community. Yeah? Cool. Until next time, peace, wash your things, and all them good things there. Yeah.